Hello there, and welcome back to the bar, where today we are still in crisis mode. What we're looking at is these scenarios, these times when businesses get plunged into a crisis, like the pandemic and like the current economic crisis which we're facing, and therefore the portfolio sort of has to be reacted to and changed potentially very, very quickly indeed. And I want to concentrate today on risks because there's a number of things here that I think PMOs could do really well to think through in order to shine during these periods of crisis. And the first thing is developing a culture around red, amber, green. And that culture really is the importance that of the organization, particularly at times like this, when it's a crisis time, of thinking about, red and amber are good. They're not bad. It is a good thing to be red and amber, and it's good to be identifying red and ambers as early as possible in the cycle of a project or a program. Don't fall into the trap of we want to be green because that's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see reds and ambers as early as possible because if you see reds and ambers as early as possible, they can do something about it. And you avoid this situation where problems or risks get worse and it festers and the problems last longer and it costs a lot more and the project delivers later and delivers benefits later. So creating a culture where red and amber is good and should be promoted as early as possible in the cycle is important. And you'll need your sponsors and your stakeholders buy into that because they're very much setting the culture. The second thing is really how you present risk and how you present projects and programs that are at a risk. And what I've got here is the way that we do it. So this is a portfolio of projects, which as you can see is a mix of red, amber and green. When going through a portfolio like this, remember to challenge the greens. As I said, red and amber are good, and often it's as important to challenge green, is it really green, as it is to take a red and amber and look a bit deeper. Then the thing that we generally do is we say, well, if we need to concentrate our view into the reds and the ambers, let's set some filters and actually create this visual for the leadership team that is really just showing the reds and the ambers. So I've taken out the additional work, time, effort to look at the greens. We've challenged them separately. The next thing is really to present information on risks on a plate, so to speak, for the execs, or for portfolio managers or whatever. So here we've got a risk matrix and an issue matrix, which is all of my escalated risks and all of my escalated issues in the portfolio. But couldn't be easier. I've got a nice matrix. It's easy to see. There are 52 in total, and either then give them the ability to drill into them. So these are the three risks that are at the highest score on red programs. I've got to look at that because that's going to give me some pretty important information on what's what. So there are my three risks. The thing I want to know is that we've got mitigations and whether they're go live or not go live issues. Yeah, it's just crucial to get that view. And then finally, creating risk reports that essentially give the information in a really simple format that you can send out and that is easy to digest. Remember from the last bar chat, the 1-5 principle. 1 minute to establish what you need to look at, 5 minutes to deep dive. Similar principle here. 1 minute to establish which are the programs that I need to read the risks on. And 5 minutes to deep dive. So, and make sure that risks are accompanied with mitigations, but just keep the visual, keep the view simple, keep it easy to digest, keep it easy to work with for your leadership team. They don't want war and peace. So, give it a go.